What's going on, Tutors? We're back, and this is one of your hosts, Stevie Jazzy Burns, aka Steven Schultz, and I'm joined with Rob Tub Thumpin' Schultz, aka Rob Schultz, my brother. How you doing, Rob?
Oh, I'm good. I haven't heard that nickname in a long time.
Yeah, thought
I
I'd
used to be I
resurrect it
used to be
back
tub
from
thumping all the time.
yeah, but it's slack. Adult life gets in the way, and we
Yeah, I
don't get to
can't
tub
thump
thump as
tubs as
much as
much
we.
anymore.
Yeah, yep. Oh, to be 12 years old and just thumping tubs, man. No, not a care in the world, not a credit score, no car insurance, just tub thumping. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been out a few weeks, but we're back because Palaye Royale is back as well. So, wait, how do you say it, Rob? I say
That's how
Palaye.
that's how I say it. It's got the e's on on the end of both words.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like Palaye Royale.
I think it's Palaye.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Palaye. Maybe we should have researched that, but too late. Oh well. All right.
We don't know Toots.
Palaye Royale's got a new album, Death or Glory, just released. I'm a fan of Palaye Royale. I kind of just got into them this year-ish, maybe in the last year. I don't remember. But I don't know about you, Rob. I know you were asking for some song suggestions from them once.
Yeah,
So,
when I asked you for song suggestions back then, though, I did listen to like two of their albums, and I listened to all the songs you recommended. I just like I don't know what it is, but I've just never really been able to actually jump in, like actually get into this band. Like they're really similar to like I was realizing while I was listening to this new album, they're really similar to the sound that I've really been liking recently, like Trash Boat Movements, like Pacific Trophy Eyes, those kind of bands. Like they're right there in that same vein. Like they're basically making the same music, but for some reason I just never really been able to commit to Palaye Royale.
all right. So your overall impressions of the album before we deep dive into it. How did you like the album?
Off the first rip, I wasn't super blown away by it. I liked like one song, but I've listened to it about like 5 or 6 more times since then, and it grew on me. After every listen, I liked it a little bit more. So maybe I just need to apply that practice to their discography in general, because maybe there is something there that I just have to force on myself.
That's about how I felt with this album though too. Like I liked it when I first listened to it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, not bad. And then I was actually going through, and then when I was finally like intentionally listening for the sake of like taking notes and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, this is a pretty good album. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. It's not going to be in the top album of theirs for me. Honestly, don't even ask me which one I would put at the top, because I actually don't know.
Yeah,
So
well, you're more of a Palaye Royale fan here than I am, so I'm hoping you have a little bit more to say, because some of these songs I just don't have a lot to say about. Other ones I do, but I'm hoping you can kind of carry the weight of this episode this time.
ooh, all right. Yeah, there were a few songs where I wasn't straight creaming my britches over them, but overall, I thought it was not too shabby.
Whenever we do
So-
these like new album releases, like when we review a new album, I always listen to it like 2 or 3 times before I even start taking notes, like just kind of like see if the music even clicks with me in general, and then I start taking notes. So
Yeah.
that usually, even if it's like an album that I like right off the rip, like it usually it grows on me even more by the time we start recording.
Same. I usually give it a few drives, listening to it a few times at work and stuff like that before I dissect it and give it my expert once over. So, well, we can just we can dive right in, and we'll start off with the namesake, Death or Glory. So this whole album, I don't know, it was like kind of giving me like, as I listened to the songs and actually like listened to the lyrics, just gave me more of like a they're fed up and also a little depressed kind of is how the album was striking me, because like this one he goes like, it reminded me of like Eminem's album where he's trying to get canceled, but this one he was just talking about how like, just cancel me already if you don't like it, stop asking me my pronouns, just call me by my name and all that stuff.
Wait, he said that? Oh, wait, are you saying that's what Eminem said or this song?
No, that's what this song
Oh,
said.
I didn't catch the pronouns thing. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's in the second stanza. Um, yeah, I think it's like after the first chorus, right after the first chorus, it just says, um, stop asking me about pronouns and just call me by my name.
Ugh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I
Even
didn't. This is one that I didn't really have a whole lot to say about. I thought it had a catchy chorus. It was catchy enough. Not a song that I added to the library, but I thought it was at least a good intro to the album. Kind of. I think this one had that standard Palaye Royale song or sound
yeah,
that I'm kind of used to when I listen to them.
yeah. It was just like a classic like sex, drugs, money, rock and roll kind of song. Like that was the
Uh-huh.
whole like when you read the lyrics,
Uh-huh.
it's just that's kind of the whole vibe of the song. I thought it was like a cool sound. Like I like the sound of the song, kind of like that. Palaye Royale has a little bit of that just because of how their singer's voice sounds and their guitar work. Like not like grungy, like when you think of actual grunge,
Right.
but more of a scrappy rock. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it without saying grunge, but just
No,
kind of
yeah,
gives me almost a grungy
that's
sound.
not a bad description, I'd say.
Yeah, so this song embodies embodies Palaye Royale pretty well, and I thought it was a good song. It's not going to be my favorite of the day, but yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good start off to the album, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know, not too bad overall. But Hot Mess. Do you have many notes on Hot Mess, Rob?
I just thought that it I don't know why exactly, maybe mainly because of the lyrics, but also the music kind of lent itself to this thought too, but it really reminded me of Mr. Brightside. Cuz
Of Mr. Brightside?
yeah, like the music kind of sounded like it almost a little bit, but he also had the lyrics that said she said meet me on the dance floor, she said, meet me on the dance floor, she said, but I'm smoking by the back door instead. I can see you in a
Oh
strapless
yeah,
black dress looking like a hot mess. I don't know why. I mean, those are kind of almost similar to the lyrics in Mr. Brightside, but yeah. And then the music on top of it
I
just kind of
guess
reminded me of the song.
I can see that. Yeah. So I guess this will be getting played at baseball games and weddings randomly for all the millennials. It's this song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see that though, like because I'm kind of listening to it here and that Mr. Brightside sound. But did you notice? Because you see it in this song, you see it in the last song too. How like I don't know. I assume it's somewhat on purpose of them just calling drugs or substances. They just call them chemicals like throughout all of these songs. They just keep referring to them as
Yeah,
chemicals.
I did notice that.
I don't know. Is that like their cool way of doing it? I don't know, but no, that just a no. I don't have any thoughts on that at all. But just an observation. But I didn't really have. This one I thought was. I've got like 2 or 3 songs on here that I thought were really just. I thought were really just kind of average and yeah. I listened to it. Some kind of more background rock kind of sounds.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
So
said, it's not a lot of stuff that I added to the playlist. There were a couple songs
yeah.
that I added to like my random playlist to come back to and maybe listen to again another time. There were a couple songs that I added straight to the like songs, which for me is like, okay, that's a good song right off the rip. I know I like it. I'll just put in the liked songs.
Yeah, it's well, one of the things I like about Palaye Royale is they have some songs that were like the lyrics are really cool and really like uniquely and well written, like
Yeah, yeah. I noticed
poetic, not
that
in the
this
poetic in
album,
a
yeah.
yeah, not poetic in a sense where it's like daffodils and knights in shining armor poet, but like just like a really creative way of writing. So I've
They
got
do.
one song, that I thought was really great. That's later in the album, but yeah, but this one did not really embody that writing though. I thought it was just really like that's why I thought it was just kind of like one of their more basic songs. So
Mhm.
so next one is Just My Type. There's like two themes in this song. It's like love and hate. Like it's just either like I love you or I hate you. Like
Yeah.
I hate my ex or I love this woman. That's like the two themes for almost all these songs.
Yeah.
So, but Just My Type is love as best that Palaye Royale can love. But I like this song. This is one of my favorites on the album. I don't know how you felt about it. Did you like it?
I did add it to the random playlist. I think I like it, but I'll come back later and find out. Yeah, I liked the lyrics on this one. Like I like the change your mood just like you're changing your hair. Just unpredictable. You never know how you feel in your relationship, like you were saying. Or in
Well, dude, I wrote that down because I'm like, do people change their hair that often?
I knew a girl that did once.
Oh, well.
And I liked it.
Most people I know keep. I've had 3 hairstyles in my entire 26 years of existence. I've had 3 hairstyles. So
yeah,
if I changed my mood as often as I changed my hairstyles, I feel like that would be pretty okay.
Girls definitely change their hair more often.
Yeah,
that's like a normal thing for girls is to change hair.
But still, even then, like most of the girls I know, most of the women I know, it's moms have the same hairstyle my entire life.
Well, yeah. My mom's in her 50s. She's allowed. She's settled down and she's not in her party days anymore. Like Palaye Royale's mystery girl hair.
Yeah, but still, you look at old pictures of mom. She's had the same hairstyle.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, but I like the line, "You play nice, but you got a little death in your eyes." I thought that was a cool,
I like that too. Yeah,
cool lyric as well. But this is like a song that it's a little kind of like not quieter, like, and a little more chill, a little more easier rock,
a little softer. Yeah, as far as Palaye Royale goes.
Than what they usually play, than like the music that really got me into them. But it still reminded me of that, and so I really like this song. So not too shabby, but this brings us into a sad love song. Ache in My Heart. How this one? So it starts off right away with that like that baby. I just like described it as like a baby like
voice.
If there's like an adult baby, this is what it would sound like. And so like I liked it, but the fact that it stayed in the background of every chorus for the entire chorus, I don't know why. It just kind of, I don't know, just was kind of annoying to me. But I still really like the song.
Go.
So I don't know, but
yeah, I liked it. I like the message. It's about it's a song about being in a relationship that you know isn't right for you. Like, I liked the line, "We're only happy when we're naked, but we can't stand the conversation." I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I've personally never really, like, as far as an actual committed relationship goes, I've never been in that kind of situation where it's like, I'm not going to commit to someone that I know isn't going to make me happy, but, like, you can certainly, it's still a relatable feeling. Like, we're all out here just looking for love, and sometimes it just sucks.
Yeah.
And you're only happy when you're naked.
Exactly. But I called it at the end, I said like it was anti-poetry, where like it's like hate poetry, I guess. But this is one good example of how they write really well. Yeah. I'm going to read it. Baby, you can never hypnotize me, never cauterize me with your X-ray eyes, and baby, you are not my darkest part. Knew that from the start. You're just another ache in my heart. I thought that was really cool how they wrote that.
Do X-rays cauterize? That'd be a pretty potent X-ray.
Yeah. Well, they're just X-ray eyeballs, so
that also
I don't know, man. But what? Don't poke holes in it, Rob. All right. Write your own dang album, and then
you know what? I'm working on it. It's just gonna be me and a ukulele and a little kick drum, a little baby's first kick drum. And I'm going to write a song about actual fire that cauterizes, and then X-rays that just give you X-rays. It's gonna be a banger.
And none of them are in eyes.
No, I'm not Superman.
That's fair. But yeah, I thought I like overall. I did like that song, and that still would be one of my favorites. It's just I'm like, why is that voice staying? They use that voice a lot in this song.
To be honest, I guess I didn't even notice that the voice was there for the rest of the song. I obviously noticed it for the intro, but I didn't notice it the rest of the song.
Oh, it's in the background of the chorus. So I don't know. Whatever, man. Cool, good song. I would recommend that would be one of my top ones off the album for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, but moving into For You, this is another one where I was like, I don't know, this song just didn't tickle my fancy.
Imagine that, because it was the first song that I added straight to my liked songs.
Oh,
that's very on brand for us.
Look at us, man. We really are just causing. I don't know what I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Look at this though. All right. Well, why'd you like it?
I don't know. I guess just because, I don't know. I guess I liked the message, about missing an ex. I liked the lyrics. Like, it's kind of almost like the one we just talked about, The Ache in My Heart. It's like this guy's in a relationship, but he still misses his ex, and keeps comparing his current girl to his past girl. So that's relatable. But I just like the lyrics in this, and I like the chorus, the melody and everything. It was a good song. I just, like I said, I added it to my liked song, so it was the first one that I actually liked.
Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't a bad song. it's a little different sound for Palaye Royale, and it's just not the sound that I listen to that I think of when I think of Palaye Royale. Like all the Palaye Royale songs that I've saved, are more of the.
Well, like I said, I'm not a Palaye Royale savant, so I guess I don't have a lot to a lot of their past work in my mind to compare themselves to, or to compare the new songs to, other than Dying in a Hot Tub. I remember finding that song back in the day, and I was like, oh yeah, straight to the like songs. That one's a jam. And then I never actually even tried to listen to more Palaye Royale until you recommended them. I was like, yeah, I like Dying in a Hot Tub, and I listened to the rest. I was like, eh. I think that they do, like, as a band, how some bands have like a theme that they try to like project, or like a style. Like Kiss has like the makeup or whatever. Yeah. I think Palaye Royale really goes for like that Tim Burton steampunk like look.
Like
it's hard to
like
describe.
The Halloween aesthetic year round.
It's hard to describe, but it also makes their way into the sound of their music, and I guess maybe that's what keeps me off of them a little bit. So I think that's why I never really liked them in the past, but I don't know that maybe that theme, that sound is still here in this album, but I guess maybe not as noticeable. I don't know. It's hard to describe how a band's style makes their way into their sound, but it's something like that.
Yeah. All right, well. Yeah, I get that though. I see that definitely in this album as well. Like it definitely comes out in this album. So, well, there you go. Rob's first liked song. I don't know if it's his most liked song, but first liked song on the album.
I don't think it was my favorite, but I did like it.
Yeah,
it was also hard for me to really nail down a favorite. There was like maybe two that I added to the liked songs, and I guess I don't know which one's the favorite, but it's hard for me to specifically point and be like, okay, yeah, this was the one.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to Dark Side of the Silver Spoon, because I like this. I want to talk about this one. This is like one of my favorites from the album, maybe my favorite.
Go for it.
So first of all, I thought it was a cool. I like the title of the song, Dark Side of the Silver Spoon. I thought it was cool. But this is the one where I was just reading, I'm like, man, their lyrics are so cool. Because even it opens, it just starts off with a self-assured, she strikes a pose, a deadly silhouette, sits behind a cloud of smoke and lights a cigarette. A smoky cabaret with nights of sins and no regrets, likes to go down spotlight, now cue the quartet. I look around the room, that's sterilized the nagging noose, elegantly dressed, human trash and baby blue. I don't know. I just how they write their lyrics. I thought that was really cool. I wish I could.
They do have
write.
That like they're not emo. Like their sound isn't necessarily emo, but their lyrics definitely are.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
So that's
Yeah,
some
but
that's definitely some cool lyrics right there. I do like that.
yeah, it's good paints a good image in your head too. Like just thinking of the like reading the lyrics and listening to the song, you can actually paint the image really well. But it's just
Yeah.
how they write it is just really creative and really cool sounding. I like the sterilize the nagging noose. I don't know, that sounded cool. So, but yeah, so this one, I don't know. I feel like this might be one of my favorite songs. I like the little piano diddly in the background of the song, you know.
I was
So
gonna say the same thing. I like that switch to like the slow down, like the bridge was like slowed down, like a
yeah,
little more gentle piano music, and then right back to there. This one, I was gonna say it wasn't one of my favorites. It was a little too almost pop rock for me. Like it was very
if
upbeat and like fun, which not necessarily nothing wrong with that. And I like my fair share of fun pop rock songs, but
yeah,
usually doesn't hit the spot for me. But I did like that little slowed down bridge there.
yeah, it was. This was a cool song musically and lyrically.
Lyrically.
He's a lyrical gangster. All right, well, there you have. I just wanted to gush about him on Dark Side of the Silver Spoon. I just thought it was a cool
Yeah, it was
song.
definitely.
So,
Yeah, I did like the title.
all right, Showbiz, baby. How'd you feel
Uh,
about Showbiz?
this one I didn't have a whole lot of notes on either, but I did add it to my random playlist. It was a slightly different sound from the rest of the album. But I did enjoy it, and like I said, I added it to the random playlist, and that's really all I have to say about it.
Honestly,
I do feel unprepared for this episode because like I really just like I guess it's easier for me to make more notes on if it's a band I already know I like, or if it's like
yeah.
a new album that I'd never heard before, or like a new band I'd never heard before, but I'd like just now getting into the music and I actually enjoyed it. So I do feel kind of lame this episode just because like it's hard for me to, like I said, get into Palaye Royale. So I didn't take a lot of notes on that song.
Well, that's
What do
probably
you
I
got?
don't know. It's finally because I mean, there's been plenty of or not plenty, but like two or three like the Logic album. You know, that was how I kind of was. So
Yeah, that's fair.
you know, so it's time for me to take the reins. That's okay. This one, like I listened to it like or on repeat, trying to like I don't know. It just kept fading into the background. It just seemed like that background rock. Like it's like if you want background music with lyrics, this would be a good song for it. It's just like a really kind of quiet, chill
Mm-hmm.
song. Um it's pretty short song. Like what is it? It's like two not even 3 minutes. Well, I guess that's not too short, but it's just like it's just a song that basically just talks about how toxic just the world of fame is. You know, like here it says so they kill a million dreams to get a billion streams. Well, hey kids, this is showbiz, you know? So it's just it's kind of how I always would picture, you know, like you watch shows like BoJack Horseman that's like kind of more real about the side of fame where it's
Oh yeah.
you know just like that depression and nothing feels real and all these fake people, fake friends. You're stepping on other people to get ahead. You know, that's kind of what this song's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it starts like right after that. Hey, because it's showbiz. It says, so they kill another dream, feed on my self-esteem. Another man in Hollywood land with the shady plan, gonna take advantage of you. Who knew? You know, so that's yeah. It's paints the picture of fame is pretty much what it is, and it's
Yeah.
so I like I said like it really is like lyrically. I guess yeah. I guess that's kind of like oh man, that's a little a bummer of lyrics, but overall, if you're just like listening to the song, it is just I don't know for some
It's
reason it's just
real.
pretty yeah, but more of a background, just music in the background. I kept like fading out, like not fading out, spacing out listening to the song, and like oh man, I
Fair.
gotta focus and pay attention to the song. I don't know, just couldn't hold my highly valuable attention. Luckily, thanks to Instagram and just absolutely tanking my attention span down to like
Right.
2 seconds. Just
Also,
fantastic for me.
I was watching the Browns game while I was taking notes on this. I had the game on mute and I was listening to the music, so at least I didn't have two sounds competing for my attention. But maybe that is contributing to the lack of actual notes. Because, like I said, I've listened to it a couple different times, and I had thoughts in my head, but when I came down to actually putting them down on my phone, I was slightly distracted. There were a couple of times I had to restart the song because I was just like yelling at our stupid quarterback.
Idiot quarterback. I'm not going to get on a sports tangent on this music podcast, but idiot quarterback. All right. Speaking of our idiot quarterback, Mr. Devil, that's the next song.
That was serendipitous.
This song just totally switches it up from showbiz, like the pace of showbiz. It literally just starts into like, Mr. Devil, it's nice to meet you. Or what did they say? Yeah, it's an honor to meet you, just with the music.
And he said the honor's all mine.
Yeah, it's this one wasn't my favorite because they're like, a lot of the song, they're like stuck between screaming and singing, so like I like had to read along with the lyrics for a lot of this just because I'm like, this just sounds like noise. Like, I don't know, they were just trying to do like that yell singing.
That's
I guess
funny,
and I couldn't understand half of it.
I was gonna say on the first listen through, this was my favorite, and it's probably because it's a heavier song. It's definitely the heaviest song on this album, and it's like borderline metal, and I'm saying that loosely because it wasn't really metal, but it was like pushing that a little bit. Like they had that screamier vocals. The riffs in the chorus were heavier, and like it was just faster, and I liked it. It was still one of my favorites. I don't think it's my favorite anymore, but on the first listen through it was my favorite, and I liked it because it was like the heavier song.
Yeah, I guess that's not too surprising to me. I guess I should have known my boy would have picked that song. That's funny though. Like two of my least favorites are two of your favorites so far. So that's What
right
playlist
on brand,
did you say
right
you added
on
it
par.
to? Yeah. What did you add it to?
Oh, that one went straight to my liked songs.
Oh. Rouse become a real Palaye Royale. I feel like if Palaye Royale toured was like a Trash Bow or Trophy Eyes or something, that would actually be a pretty sick show.
I would honestly go see Trophy Eyes no matter who else was on the ticket. Like, I really want to see Trophy Eyes.
I know if I'm into Palaye Royale, I guess I need to get, like, I keep saving, I've got several Trophy Eyes songs saved. I just haven't gone through and given them a good listen since weren't they at like 2017 Warped Tour or something?
You said that before. I never remember having ever seen them. I don't know that we even saw them, but I don't ever remember them being on a lineup.
I remember that 2017.
I would be upset.
I remember that 2017 Warped Tour. The day we were going was like the day where most of the bands we wanted to see, you know how they would randomly not be on tour for a day or two? That was that day.
Of course.
I remember a bunch of bands not being there. Neck Deep was still there though, I will say that would have been really annoying if they weren't there.
Right.
So
we tried because they were doing like a meet and greet at their booth or something, and like that was that year we went to that one in Cleveland, and they had just the worst layout for a venue of all time, and we couldn't even we spent so long walking through like bottlenecked crowds, and we couldn't figure out like the maze that they set those booths and stages up in. So like we ended up just not even being able to get to the meet and greet.
Yes. Oh my word, I forgot about that. We saw almost all of Motionless in White's set.
Yeah.
And then also Crown the Empire. Two bands that we weren't even like intending to see. We were on our way to other bands and we saw like we were in a small little bottleneck for like 20 minutes.
We ended up watching an entire set while we were just walking or trying to walk. We were just standing still in a line that couldn't move because of how badly they set that venue up.
Oh man, that was insane. Just idiotic. Like they've never had any sort of event there before in their lives. Ugh, yeah. Well, and it was Cleveland was a terrible Warped Tour. I remember because like for our Warped Tour, like the crowds were awful,
Uh-huh.
and then like a bunch of bands missed. But like I'm saying terrible from the standpoint of like crowds and fans, because I
Uh-huh.
remember the year before when we went to, must have been Cincinnati. I don't remember where we went, but they were like, there we had multiple bands that were like, this is so much better in Cleveland. Like they were saying that because
Yep.
Cleveland was apparently just so bad. Cleveland is
Because
where they
that's how
let like
bad
that.
it was.
There was like that 65-year-old security guard that went crowd surfing. And they dropped him.
Oh my, I don't remember that.
Oh, I can't believe you don't remember that. It was like so
Yikes.
hype, and then like just a bunch of random like fans were like, I don't know what to do, and just dropped him.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was not the ideal situation for a 65-year-old
Helping someone
man,
crowd
I'm sure.
surf is not a difficult task. You just have to be one of the 10 people that are right there with one arm up. And
Yeah,
that's all you got to
yeah,
do. That's it. You're not lifting one person by yourself. You're lifting with many, many people.
yeah. Well, and I'm always like one of the taller people,
Yeah.
so I'm always getting asked to help people up.
Yeah, I remember my first couple concerts. Back when I was a young strapping lad and in good shape and I'd never broken a bone, I was
Yeah, you
like
didn't have a
always the
gimp
person
arm.
that people were coming to be like, hey, can you get me up? Because I
Yeah,
remember the first time I saw All Time Low and State Champs, like me and people aren't going to know, but Luke went to that concert with him. And Luke's a big dude. So maybe it was more of him, but like we were right there beside each other. So like they just kept coming up to us and be like, can you put us up? Can you put us up? So it was like an actual like full on workout during the entire All Time Low set.
yeah. Luke went with us to the final Warp Tour.
He
Me,
did.
Luke, and Alyssa.
That ruled.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Warp Tour.
That was a good Warped
No,
Tour.
Anti-Flag was one of the redeeming qualities of the 2017 Warp Tour. But
That's true.
I'd still go to Warp Tour if they had it. I
I
love
just saw a
Warp
thing
Tour.
because they're doing like the Warp Tour with like all the OG bands, but like it's
What?
crazy expensive because it's like Warp Tour's back, and now the
Yeah,
economy sucks, and like everything has to
and
be
all the bands.
absurdly expensive. So like I saw a tweet yesterday. It was like really sucks that Warp Tour used to be like $50 to go see all your favorite bands, but now you have to be on a payment plan to go see the exact same bands. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, plus, like with the Sum 41 concert we're going to this weekend,
Uh-huh.
like, dude, like totally sold out. Eight, nine, not nine, yeah, like $90, $100 tickets
Uh-huh.
just to get into the pit when it used to be like $30 to get into the
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
That was the last Sum 41 concert we went to. That's when it was them. Dang, I can't remember that band. It was up in Detroit.
I think it was
was
Senses
them.
Fail.
Census Fail. Yes, I cannot
Yeah.
remember the name of that band, but it was $37 to get into that pit.
Yeah,
And
because
it was all pit,
everything was
too.
general admission, but now it's all like they got stadiums and there's assigned seating for the majority of it, and then there's lawn. So you got to be a bit bougie to be able to get actual pit tickets now.
Yeah,
We're sneaking in there one way or another. I don't care if I have to go
Yeah.
stand in there by myself. If I'm the only one that can sneak past the guy, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm leaving you behind, bro. If I get in.
Also, did we want to
Yeah.
not make like a whole YouTube video, but maybe take a couple clips and make like an Instagram reel out of? I mean, it's Sum 41's final tour, so like I feel like we should do
Yeah.
something a little bit special. But we don't
Yeah.
know Toots mini vlog or something. I don't know.
I think so. We got to get something. I'll have something planned. Stay tuned, everyone, for We Don't Know Toots is going on the road.
It's gonna be sweet. Well,
Come
really,
along
just Rob
with
is going on
Steve
the road.
and Rob.
You're basically there.
Exactly. We should just sit out. I'll bring my laptop and my mic, and just in the middle of the pit, we're gonna just
set up a table,
rip out
and
an
we just sit
episode.
down and like
That would be so
live rate the concert as it happens.
Just start off with their outfits, and then we just each song. We're like, so what I really like about this song and the lyrics that I found.
You see how his
Oh.
voice cracked there? You don't get that in the studio. That's a live performance thing.
With it only being two bands, I really hope they're gonna play more of their old songs because it's
better
their
be a long
farewell
set,
tour,
'cause
but
I'm-
it's also
Yeah, originally they announced the tour with the Interrupters, And then when we bought tickets, the Interrupters was not on the website. It wasn't on the ticket, like when you buy it or anything. It just said Sum 41. I'm like, all right, not super heartbroken. I don't listen to a lot of Interrupters. And that means like a 3-hour Sum 41 set, which would be sweet. Like I would be fine spending 3 hours only watching Sum 41 play, especially since it's their last tour.
Yeah, because listening to their music, I'm like, my goodness, they have so many good songs. I couldn't pick a favorite.
I know.
I was like, man, this is A+ work here, Sum 41.
Especially since they just released a new album and we're not like as familiar with all their new music right now. So like they're certainly going to be playing a lot of their new music, which we do like. We just don't know as much. So like give them plenty of time to play all their new music, all their favorites off the new album, and then still play like a ton of even like deep cuts and stuff. Like please. Like, even if I can get, like, a 2-hour set out of you guys, I would be very happy with that.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
We'll see.
So, Sum 41, since you're listening, please.
Please, we're begging. We're begging, yeah.
And get us backstage if you feel like it. That'd be cool, too.
Yeah.
Party with Havarti. All right. After that little rabbit trail, let's
Addicted to the Wicked and Twisted.
Addicted to the Wicked and Twisted. Another cool name. It just flows off the tongue. Gave me like this song gave me kind of like Alice in Wonderland just because of the name, but it had like that eerie rock sound to it. So this was one of my favorites.
Yeah, this was one I didn't have a ton of notes on either. It was I enjoyed it. It was a good softer, might not be the right word, but definitely like a slower song for them.
Yeah,
and that's really all I had to say about it. But I enjoyed the melody at least.
Yeah, it's definitely one of their slower songs. I liked like that. Like I don't know, eerie was the best word I could think of to describe it. It's just a cool.
Go to bed.
Just imagine an eerie rock song that's titled "Addicted to the Wicked and Twisted." It's just about being so sick and tired of, a terrible person that they're still with, though, because they're addicted to the wicked and twisted.
Exactly.
It says, so you treat me like a dog and why don't I cut you off? I'm too addicted to the wicked and the twisted. So it's just like those, like, I know it's just being in a toxic relationship. So that was the lyric I thought embodied the song quite well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I still didn't have a ton of notes on it either, which I feel like, I guess you said I'm the Palaye Royale aficionado, so I feel like I should have notes on every song. But this one,
I didn't give you a good heads up on that either.
Well, I don't know. It probably wouldn't have changed, like, my opinion, even though it's one of my favorites.
We do like to just jump into these
like
and wing it.
What's that?
We do like to just jump into our episodes and wing it, like a little behind the scenes peek. I don't know about Steven, but other than taking notes and maybe Googling a thing here or there, there's not a lot of prep that goes into this. We kind of just sit down and let it fly.
No. Yeah, I might, if you're Googling, you might be doing a little more than me, because I've Googled like 2 things since we've started this in preparation. I've Googled stuff while we're in the middle of an episode. Done that multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, you look at Joe Rogan, they got Jamie up there Googling every single sentence they say, so we're just our own Jamie.
I don't listen to the Joe Rogan podcast.
That's a real saying.
Every
full-scale production podcast has a guy in the booth. They're like, hey, man, pull that up real quick. What's that thing I'm talking about? And they'll pull up a news article over a video or whatever. So we're just doing that for ourselves. We're saving costs. We have a real high budget for this podcast, but we keep a lot of it to ourselves. We do all our own editing and all our own Googling, so all the insane profit margin just goes straight to our pockets.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what makes us so much better than everyone else. So much better than Joe Rogan.
Yeah, way better than Joe Rogan.
We probably make more than Joe Rogan because we keep so much of our profit, and he invests it back into his podcast like an idiot.
He's a buffoon. He doesn't understand business.
Yeah, he does not know podcast Toots. And we just don't know regular Toots. Or we know podcast. We just don't know Toots.
At least our podcast Toots are locked down. Joe, if you ever want to
Exactly.
hop on and get some business pointers, we got you. Hop on our podcast and we'll boost
Yeah.
your recognition a little bit.
If you want to run with the big dogs, we can. I mean, we'll try our best to help you out, but for what I've seen your podcast, it's probably a lost cause. So, not much of a chance. But yeah, so there you go, eerie rock. So if you like that, this is ever since you like brought up like their aesthetic Tim Burton, and I had that Halloween aesthetic thing. I don't know, man. I can't.
It's there.
Not
It's
see it
real.
now.
That's
And
what
like
they are.
everything I listen to, it really does have that. Which kind of surprised me that I like it though, because I don't know. I even said, I wrote down that I was surprised that Addicted to the Twisted and Twisted was one of my favorites, because I don't know, it's just like I don't think I usually like this kind of song, but that's one, just I don't know, they did it right for me. So the next one, Self-Loathing Conversation. Rob, how did you like Self-Loathing Conversation?
So this was one of my favorites. This is one that I did add straight to the like songs, and it might even be my favorite. It was another one of their softer and slower songs. And I guess I don't know what made me like it. Maybe just like the message, I guess. Life is hard even when you're trying your best, and like life often feels like a losing battle, and it kind of feels like some people go through life with like a checklist, like, well, at this age I'm supposed to do this, and it's this age I'm supposed to do this, and like they even have the lyric, either make money or make some babies, living life easy or with a family, making ends meet or meet mediocrity. And I liked those lyrics a lot, because like that's, especially when you get to my ripe old age, like some people, our brother accidentally said something hilarious the other day, and he wasn't even trying to like insult me, but he like burned me hardcore, because he was, we were all just sitting around, and he went, hey, did you know a guy I graduated high school with? He was like, did you know this guy has a family and kids? I was like, yeah, he's been married for a while. He's had kids. He's like, yeah, I guess it's not that weird. I mean, like, it's normal at that age. And then he caught himself, and he's like, I mean, it's like, I was like, yeah, I know. It's normal to have a family and kids in a house by the time you're my age. I get it. And he's like, well, that's not what I was trying to say. I was like, well, you weren't wrong, though. But then, but then this song, like, actually, like, hits that nail right on the head. It's like, you're either making money or you're making babies, which I'm not making babies. And I wouldn't say I'm like, rolling in the money, but at least, I'm not like dead in the water or anything. But at the same time, people have all these expectations for you when you hit each age, like, and you're supposed to either be making babies, or you're supposed to be living life easy, or you're either just kind of mediocre or making ends meet or whatever. So I guess maybe that's why this was one of my favorites. But, and I also, like I said, I do like their slower songs maybe more than their average sound, Meet the Devil or Mr. Devil notwithstanding. But I did like that. I did like that song.
I feel like this is because our last episode was the 4 Year Strong album. And I feel like you picked like one of the slower songs as one of your favorite again in that one too, didn't you? Or...
That sounds right. I think I still got that note saved here somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, I guess while you look at it, I'll give my prognosis. But yeah, I like this. This was another really good song too. I like that lyric that you wrote down, and then it has the one step in the ocean, the other divorcing. It's like that is kind of crazy. It's like, just I see so many people my age. I look around, it's like people are like all having kids, and then like I know a couple people my age that are getting divorced. I'm like, this is crazy. It's right? Just, and so yeah, this song really is just kind of like, it's weird. That's how life is. At least that's how it is in the U.S. Because it was crazy. I remember when Alyssa and I were on our honeymoon, because I was 24 and she was 22. And there's this Italian guy that was talking to us, and he's like, so what are you doing here? We're like, we're on our honeymoon. And he's like, you guys are married? We live at home till we're 30. And I'm like, that's crazy. You
That'd
get
be a
kicked
nice
out of your
little.
house. You don't
That'd be
even
a
make
nice
it to
little
30.
cultural norm. I could adapt to that.
Yeah, well, you don't make it to 30 in the US. You get kicked out. No way.
Yeah,
So,
there's a very unspoken disdain towards people that are living at home when they're 30.
yeah.
Not even
So,
unspoken,
but
really. It's just disdain.
yeah, it's very very obvious that when people hear that, they don't even hide how they're like, that's sad. But it's, so this song, yeah, it embodies life in the US for people our age really well. So, but don't feel bad that you're not having kids, Rob, because
Oh, I don't feel bad
all
about
those,
that. Trust me.
yeah, I was gonna say all those kid having people are nerds and not having fun. They're just having
Yeah,
kids.
typically, I'm not gonna speak out of turn. Never mind. But I'm good with not having kids. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so we'll join us on our therapy family counseling podcast where we just roast families.
Yeah.
It's the best form of therapy. But
Let me
yeah,
tell you how
so
much I hate kids and everything they do.
that's our new We Don't Know Toots segment is Robert's rants. He just tears kids.
You know
tears
what
kids
really
apart.
grinds my toots?
But did you find that I don't know if it doesn't even matter
Well,
that for your strong.
I guess I don't have it saved in my notes which one I said was my favorite, but they did have a song with a very similar message called Better Get Better about how everything is changing and you're tired of things sucking and wondering when life will turn around. So I guess it's kind of the same message, but I didn't have it saved which one I said was my favorite.
That one was, I did like that song, that It Better Get Better. Yeah, that was pretty good. So, all right. Well, we'll keep it moving along here and move into one of the last songs, Been Too Long. How did you feel about Benjamin Too Long, Rob?
It sucks that this was the last one on the album and what we're going to end on because I really had
It was not
nothing
the
to
last one on the album. It was not the last one on the album.
Uh-oh. Well, then I missed some notes. Because literally all I said, oh, yeah, look at that. And I'm pretty sure I really liked Pretty Stranger, too, which would be the next song.
Oh, you start listening to it right now, then.
Been Too Long, all I said about it was kind of basic. That's literally all I had to say.
Dude.
It was not a song for me.
Yeah. It really is, because it's, I don't know, it's just about people, like, the vibe I was getting is they were just like, I'm sad and life's really boring. They end this, like, they just kind of end it. This album just gets a real bummer at the end. But I don't know. But yeah, it really is a pretty basic song where they're just like talking about how, like, we're all not feeling fulfilled in our lives, because they say a couple times in the song, I think it's part of the chorus, selling all our souls, empty pot of gold. So, like, selling their souls for nothing. So I don't know. I guess that's another major theme in the album, is just they've sold out to be famous.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if that's true, but I guess
I feel like it's
you
hard to
guys
say
didn't
that.
listen to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to say that you sold out when you're not like a huge act.
Yeah.
Like you're not like a very huge, well-known band. Like in these like alt rock circles, like what we usually listen to. Yeah, maybe we know your name, but like the average person, I think you have to be pretty well known to the average person to be a sellout.
Yeah, they're at 1.8 million monthly listeners, which in the grand in
that's no slouch,
Spotify,
but
that's not.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but not huge. But yeah, that's one of the ones where I didn't like it that much because it doesn't have that creative writing and that higher paced rock that they usually have. So it just didn't appeal to me. But Pretty Stranger, I'll talk about Pretty Stranger, I guess, while are you actually listening to it right now?
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I was thinking maybe something different. Because like I said, I listened to the song or this album multiple times, but this wasn't quite the sound that I remembered this song having. But it was a decent song. It was a little more upbeat, but the message was kind of the same about
Yeah.
people, expecting you to be happy. I guess maybe not the same as everything else, but like people are expecting you to be happy and like having fun. Like, where is it? Let's see. You're not singing songs, you washed up entertainer is one of the lines. And then just scrolling through these lyrics, I wish I would have taken better notes on these. I'm just kind of going off the top right now, but there's like a line where it's like a air stewardess or something says, "Please fasten your seatbelts and put your tray tables to the upright position. We are making the final descent of our trip. We hope you've enjoyed the ride, and thank you once again for choosing drugs."
Yeah.
Which
Not
is
chemicals
funny.
this time.
Not
but,
chemicals. They're getting right to the point this time.
But I still think they mentioned chemicals, don't they? In the song. I think they still call it that because I remember. I don't know.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. Nope. I don't see it. Anyways, it was funny that how you started off when you thought "Been Too Long" was the final song, and you're like, it sucks that they ended the album on this because that's honestly what I kind of thought about this song too. I'm like I said the song wasn't too bad, but it just felt like a little extra song they had left over and tacked it onto the end of the album.
Maybe.
It doesn't feel like a good ending song at all.
Well, other than like the part I just read where it says, "We hope you've enjoyed the ride," so it's kind of like we don't care if you think we sold out. Hope you enjoyed the album, and
yeah, I guess
we're just gonna try to keep living.
But we weren't doing drugs to the song, so I guess that's why we don't understand it that well.
Maybe not. I need to really up my drug use. I've been saying that for a long time. I think it's time to commit.
Yeah. So, you'll have to be that'll be our new every Palaye Royale album that gets released. We'll review it while we're just
at least
absolutely rolling.
At least stoned. But if we can find something harder than some weed, then I think that's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, that's what the people want. I'm sure all of our fans. That's what they're at. That would be our breakout. Our breakout. Episode is just
it would literally be like an hour of silence, and every once in a while we go, huh. And then that would be like the official review of a Palaye Royale album.
It's our album review ASMR. Yeah. Well,
I just had a thought. Like, I've seen videos of people like live reacting to singles. I think maybe someday we should, like, State Champs just came out with like 3 new songs or 2 new songs maybe. Like, someday, a band that me and you both really like, when we know that they're about to release a single, we should, like, do a live reaction video or something.
Yeah. That'd be sick. Well, overall, not a bad album, guys. I mean, if you're a Palaye Royale fan and a true Palaye Royale fan, I think you'll still like the album.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I don't, like, I like them, but I'm not, like, I don't know them as well as I know a lot of other bands, so I wouldn't be able to pick like a favorite album right off the rip. But I'm confident this would not be my favorite album.
Yeah,
but it wasn't
like,
bad.
I like when we did like 4 Years Strong or even Sum 41 or something like that. Like, it's easier for me to go back and be like, yeah, I'm getting sounds from this old album.
Yeah,
like, this sounds like this old album. But here I'm just like, yep, I like the song. I don't like the song.
I couldn't. I don't think I could pick a favorite Sum 41 album though, to be honest, because I hate bringing up Musically because I bring it up too often on this podcast.
Really do. It's fine.
But we had a Sum 41 round, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back, and I'm like, oh my goodness, all this music is so good, and all their albums are so good. Yeah, they really don't have a bad album. So anyways, this isn't Sum 41's day, but
but stay tuned for the upcoming video that we're going to be doing for Sum 41, because we're seeing them this weekend. So maybe 2 weeks from now, I would say we got at least a real look.
Absolutely. All right, Rob. It's the most important meal of the day. Serving it up Toots' way.
Our
song recommendations. I can go ahead and give
go ahead.
mine. So this song is Spring Break 1899. I know you've heard it because I played it before, by Murder by Death, which I thought was kind of a nifty name. Murder by
I've
Death.
definitely
I thought
heard
was
it before. I'm
funny,
gonna have to listen to it again.
it's so the sound I've really been getting into, and I've got a bunch of songs saved. I really had to pick which song I was going to recommend, but just like low country southern rock, like that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not even scratch that. Edit that out. Editors, edit that out. But I don't know. I've really been getting into that sound, and this is one of them. I could suggest a bunch of songs with this kind of bluesy southern rock sound. I don't even know how to describe it. I've kind of got it all lumped into a playlist I call Clues Blues, but it's I don't know, man. This song is just a cool. It's long. It's like almost 6 minutes. It's like 5:55. That's how long the song is. So it's longer, but it stays pretty solid throughout the whole song. So I'm feeling this song. It's really cool. So Spring Break 1899, Murder by Death. Rob, give me yours. Serve me up some of that hot goss.
Well, it's funny that we kept bringing up Trophy Eyes because I got a Trophy Eyes song to recommend. And you already saw this one coming now that I've said it, but Breathe You In by Trophy Eyes. I don't know. Everything Trophy Eyes does, they just don't miss. I just love them.
Yes.
But Breathe You In has been the one on repeat for me recently. One of their first albums, but yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
You got me, man. I'm going to give Breathe You In a listen. Well, I already listened to it, but I'm going to go through and just listen to that album or that band again.
Yeah, Trophy Eyes, dude, they only have... I got into them like almost 2 years ago, really. Or like I found like a few songs that I like from them like a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. So like I've been listening to them for a while, but just recently, like the last couple months, I've actually started doing like full listens and realizing that all their songs are good.
Dude, they only have 309,000 monthly listeners. I thought they were more popular.
That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right.
Yeah, when I'm looking, their top played songs, top one is Chlorine off that same album, right? And it's got 11 million, Figure Eight's got 12 million, 12.7. That's a great song as well. That's another good Trophy Eyes song. But yeah, they're all in the single million digits. Most of them are. So they just came out with a new single. But
yeah, it looks like back in July.
Oh, did you listen to it?
Oh yeah. Like I said, I've had them on repeat for a while now.
Yeah.
I remember you gave their Suicide and Sunshine album. You put that in like your top 5 albums of last year too.
Yeah, with that Life in Slow Motion, that's still
that's a great song
on repeat for me. That's so good.
And Blue Eyed Boy off that album is one of their top 5s. That's a great song.
Yeah, fantastic album. But me and Rob, I need to be studying Sum 41 this week. But
there's plenty of time to do both.
Yeah, I probably need to study up on the Interrupters, honestly, if I'm going to go to a concert.
Yeah. See,
I like
when
to
I go to the Interrupters,
other than she got arrested.
It's just going to be me kind of just, getting in the mood, just rocking out a little bit. I'll go get a couple drinks. I'll get a nice buzz going by the time Sum 41 goes so that I don't need to go get other drinks and I can just really be in the concert for Sum 41.
I'm not leaving that pit once I get in, man.
Oh, yeah, no, that's too risky.
Yes. Well, tutors, thank you for coming along on our journey today. This has been your host, Steven Schultz, joined by my co-host, who makes the same exact amount of money as I do, so don't be mad, Rob Schultz.
That's right. We split these proceeds, or we split these earnings evenly.
Yeah. Straight down the middle.
Stay tuned for our Sum 41 final tour, a little mini vlog or whatever we're gonna call it.
Prepare to cry your eyes out, because it is a bummer that they're done. They've stayed consistent. They're one of those 2000s Warped Tour bands that have actually stayed pretty solid.
Yeah, it breaks my heart.
Yep. Not many of those left. One of the last good guys.
It's gonna be a great
All right,
show.
well,
Gonna be a great video.
thanks for joining us, Tutors. We will catch you in the next episode where we